That sounds extra loud today. I don't know why. Well, as you guys can see, we have moved forward on our plan to paint our Continental kit hinge. This is the part that actually, well, this is what makes the Continental kit work. So I have dismantled it, gotten our supplies we need to paint it. Now, you all saw in the last video when we decided we were going to paint it that I said I was going to prime it and try to leave it gray. And, I taped off the threads of the bolts here, and just primed everything up. But I don't think I'm gonna leave it primed. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just paint it the color of the car. So all we need for that, we have the air compressor on, which was so loud I didn't think you all would be able to hear me, so I shut that off. Paint thinner, I put the gun together, and just while it was sitting, I put the heat on in the garage to warm it up. There we go. I just had some paint thinner in the gun just so it could just clear out anything that's in it. Haven't mixed any paint. We got paint reducer. We got the frozen paint. It's the color of the car. We're gonna mix a little paint, shoot it. I'm just gonna hang the pieces so I can turn them as I'm painting them, because sometimes when you lay it down, it can only paint one side and then it'll stick to whatever you paint it to. So I'm just gonna hang them. Got them hung by regular pulleys, hung on the garage track. One thing you do not open your garage. Don't forget that you got your stuff hung. But that's what we're gonna do. I got my paint cup to measure. Got my strainer. Put the paint in, measure it. Now this is a 2-to-1 mix, and you'll see on the cup 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1. We're here. So the first one is your paint, and the second one is your reducer. So if you go up to number 3 with your paint, you're going to pour enough reducer to go in to 3. So it goes 3 to 3. That's for a 2-to-1 mix. Now, there are some you got 3-to-1 mixes, or which is just how much paint per that. But then some you have 3 things that you're mixing. You may have your paint, reducer, and a hardener. See that? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get these painted the same color as the car, and then I'm going to let them sit a week before I put it together. You want to make sure it really cures. Now, you're not going to have to wet sand anything, because this is really something you're not going to see, but these you will. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray these with water and get some 1,000 grit sandpaper, and we're going to sand those down. Thank you for hitting that like. Chill music, MP5. What game is this? Well, this is the 64 Impala Continental Kit game. So that's what we're going to do. So I don't know if I should just let you guys watch me mix the paint, or who is this saying hi? Looks like this is an Indian brother looking at this, looking at their text they got, but whoever that is, hello to you. You guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, it's free, not a monetized channel. We just car people doing cars at home. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you guys watch me get this stuff ready. I know a lot of times I just tell you what I'm gonna do and then I do it, and you guys don't really get to see me actually do what we talk about. So we're gonna turn it around, and you guys gonna get to see me get to work. So what you need to see right now, okay. What you guys need to see right now is mixing the paint. Now I did shake this up earlier, but you want to make sure your paint is well mixed. Oh. Put you some gloves on. That way you're not washing your hands for forever. I'm lucky enough that my wife is a nurse. So we have plenty of rubber gloves. So I'm gonna shake this up. Now what's going to happen, you're probably not going to be able to hear me because I'm going to cut on the air compressor so you guys can actually get to see me paint. So we're going to go more on what you see than me explaining it to you. I will be talking, but I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me over the air compressor. Now, if you want to shout out, type into the type your name, or say hello, or tell me what kind of car you like or what kind of car you got. Put it in the chat and I will shout out to you. But other than that, we're going to pop open this paint. Now, you see how this is flaked up? Got hard around the edges? Sometimes that will fall off in your paint when you open the can. So, you want a strainer. Take that. That's not only going to strain the paint. If any of those chips got in there, it's going to take care of that for us. So I'm going to hit that again. There we go. I don't like having my paint running all down the side of the can because that's the first way to make a mess. Now, always cover your paint back up. This is a very expensive paint, and every time you spill it, you're costing yourself money. Go ahead and wipe my glove off. Now, remember we talked about 2 to 1? We're just under 4, so we're going to add enough reducer to bring us up under 4. Reducer. This is you'll have different reducers. You have some that are high temp, mid temp, and low temp. I got some other reducers over there. I'll see if I can show you the difference. This right here, this, see what it says, mid-temp. This is a pretty makes primers and paint spray them. This is just a real cheap brand, but I haven't had any problems with it. It doesn't really specify if it's high or low temp, so it's basically a mid temp, and it just helps the chemistry of your paint work with the weather, because it does make a difference. Need a paint stirrer. Where's the paint stirrers? Need paint stirrer. Gotta mix the paint. I brought everything over here but a paint stirrer. What part of the game is that? I'm gonna use this piece of metal. I'm gonna stir the paint. But if it's anything on this metal, guess what I'm gonna do to make sure I don't have a problem? I'm gonna use that strainer again when it goes into the gun. Now, like I said, when I went over there, I should have cut on the. I should have cut on. I'm gonna cut on the air compressor now. The air compressor is gonna build the air into the hose, which is going to give us the pressure to shoot out the paint through the gun. Okay. That means I had on too many heaters. And I blew a fuse. So I had on the feeders. I had the heaters. I had on heaters. Had two heaters on. Oh, look at my can you all see my skeleton glowing in the dark? Okay. Okay. Wow. Now, I am trying to use the force of memory on how to get where everything is in my garage so I can unplug some stuff and get to my box, get to my fuse box. Can you all see that? That's my Halloween skeleton. Can you all see that? I can't see it. Oh, that'd be so cool if you all could see it. I should be trying to cut the lights on, but I want you all to see the. Why can't you all see it? Oh, it's turning this way. Let me turn it around. Look, that's the Halloween. The Halloween skeleton. All right, you guys are here to see a car get done. Y'all ain't here to see that. All right, so I'm gonna feel around until I have found All right, I got one off. And I'm gonna try to use the light from the phone to get to some painting done. Welcome to No Light. Welcome to Ukraine. Show the great. What's going on? I see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Well, you know what? If I lose everybody because it's dark, that's cool. Well, it looks like everybody's coming back. Well, you know what? I can't keep the phone right here because I get pain on it. I look like everybody's kind of checking back. Okay, hold on. All right. So it doesn't bother me. I can paint a whole car without a respirator on. And I don't get lightheaded, don't get high. Now notice, it's just dusted over. This is the first paint for it to stick to. The reason why you're putting it on light and misty like that is so it doesn't run. You rather put it on slow instead of trying to cover it all up, and then it's not even and it looks bad. Now, we don't really care that it doesn't have to be real flat and shiny, because nobody's really going to see this. This is just for our car to be super nice, super off the chain. So what you do, you put your paint on, you give it about 5 to 10 minutes in between coats, and you just keep coming back, hitting it again, hitting it again. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through that, but I just wanted to follow up with the video that we did. We said we were going to dismantle it, tape it off, prime it, and hopefully we were hoping to leave it primed, but decided to go ahead and paint it. So that's how these cars take so long. And again, that's why it costs so much money to do this and to have these cars, because your creativity sometimes takes over and you end up doing something you were not intended on doing. I really was intended on this bumper being on and the Continental kit being finished. But while we're waiting on our 5 minutes, you know what we can be doing? Let's get some sandpaper. We want some 1000 grit sandpaper. See, this is 400. That's 5,000. We need 1,000. 1,500. 1,500 ain't bad. Let's put 1,500 to the side in case we don't find any. We got 400, 5,000, 220. That's really coarse. 5,000 and 5,000 again. All right, so that's not all that we have. Where is our? No. Getting a little better. We got 800. See, this is wet, dry sandpaper. Let's see. 800, 800, 3,000, 3,000. We got some sandpaper in here too. What is this? I wish they were all facing the same way. 320, 2,500. What's this one? 320, 600, 400. All right. And then we got some 350s right here. See that number? So, we can go, and you see what this is for? It's for smoothing. So, this is for paint. So when you get to 1,500, this is more for sanding paint. See how it says prep? Prep is going to be your higher courses. 80, 150, 220, 300, even 400. That's prep. Prime is going to be your 6, your 8, or your 600. Yeah, your 6 and 800 is going to be more for us. So when we sand our paint, we're going to come back with that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to use this 800. And we are going to start sanding the wet sand beads. Where are we going to do it? This is more of the question. I'm going to put you guys on the stand and I'm going to set us up a table for us to be able to sand it. Get you guys set up. I guess it'll be cooler once I hire an editor and we don't have to do these live and it'll look real pretty, but our state, you're up this late at night. Well, I know a lot of my people are in the UK. About 5 minutes. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and hit that again because we only dusted it. Remember, we didn't go away. With a spray paint can. Spray paint can, we're gonna be about this far away. 8 to 12 inches spray paint can. A gun, you want to be about 6 inches away. So now you would think it's more power in the spray gun, so you can be further away. No. You want to be closer with the spray gun. But remember, we're trying to make sure it's not going to run. So I'm staying back, dusting it, but you see how it's getting a darker white. It's not misty now. See, it's still misty right here. But we're going to get that with coats. We're going to get it with coats. We're not going to try to make it where it's dripping off of it. We got time. We can be sanding. We got other stuff we can do. So, we're not going to drive ourselves crazy on that. And we're constantly watching. And what I'm doing is I'm watching time. We're at 29:40. So I know by the time we get to 35, it's time for me to leave it with another coat. What I'm going to do is get a little water, put it with our 800 sandpaper, and we're going to start sanding it. I'll show you how. This is the part
So that's why we sanding it down before we paint it. The flatter it is, the shinier it is. Now the difference between sanding something with dry sandpaper or sanding it with wet sandpaper is it sands slower with wet. It won't go through as fast. So we're just trying to flatten it. We're not trying to we're not trying to get through the primer. So I'm gonna get a little bit of water and soap. Use soap water. Soap helps it slide. You can put it in a spray bottle or you can have it in a tub. It really doesn't matter. Just to help it slide, I put a little soap in it. Nothing special, regular soap. Not a lot. That's splashed on the sandpaper, but it really don't matter. You're gonna get the sandpaper wet anyway. Always check the back in case you put the raw sandpaper in. 800 sandpaper. Now you can let it soak. Some people soak it overnight. All right, cool. We got enough air compressor in the air in the line. The air compressor cut off. Some people soak them for a long time. This is really not. It's not like we're doing real body work. This is a flat piece. We're just knocking off the rough spray from the aerosol of the gun and just making sure it's real smooth. That's all we doing. So we just flattening it out before we spray it. And we're gonna spray it just like we spraying those. In fact, we can probably spray it tonight. It just depends on, how I'm feeling. But I don't want to hold you guys up. But again, this is called wet sanding. This is how you make sure your material is flat. You wet sand when you want to flatten your material slowly. Use dry when you want to go a little faster, when you want to cut through the stuff. But what we're trying to do is just smooth it out. That's it. So we're not filling any body work. We're not making any corrections. Because you have to sand when you do corrections too. But we don't have to make any corrections. So we just hitting it. And really by the time we've sand this, it'll be time to put another coat. It'll be time to put another coat of clear on there. And it's really no wrong way to do it. You can go back and forth. You can go at an angle. You can go in circles. It just really is your style. You know, sometimes you'll change it up. Sometimes you'll go in different diagonals, cut against yourself, and you'll learn different techniques from different people, and different directions on how you sand will be based on what you're trying to do. But pretty much, we might be done with this. Now, all of it's not that fast. Remember, we're not doing body work. We're just really sanding to smooth the primer. When you're sanding to do body work, you're trying to get a particular flatness and a particular result. This was already flat. And see, we just keep the paper in the cup like that. Like I said, a little soap on it. Now I come over here. Get a fresh towel. Just wipe it off. See the excess? So, you know, if something aerosols out, it just spits out little bits. Well, that's gonna be less smooth. Now, I could actually prime this again to fill in any imperfections. You just run your hand over it, and if you feel any like grit or anything like that, you do it again. Do it again. Just go back to it. Do it again. Now I'm gonna wet sand in a different way this time. I'm gonna go from the edge to the middle, all the way around, just to see if that makes a difference. Because all I'm trying to do is get it smooth. The smoother it is, the more it's going to shine. The flatter it is, the more it's going to shine. You want your paint to shine. All right? There you go. Put it back in the water. There you go. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also hit that bell so you guys know when I'm on, because you know I'll just jump on and go to work. And even though you guys can look at the videos later, that's the air compressor building up more air for the
more coats I'm putting on there, the closer I'm getting with the gun. Remember, at first it's way back here, dusting. And now the more coats I'm getting on it, I'm getting closer to it. Because now it's sticking and it's covered. I'm gonna bring you closer to it so you can see that they're white now. You see how it's solid white now? Now again, it doesn't have to be perfect. If I get a run, it really don't matter. Nobody's gonna see this piece except for car people. But remember, you want 5 to 10 minutes in between. You want to be wearing a ventilator. Number one, if you're painting, always wear a ventilator. I'm guilty. It doesn't bother me like that, so I don't always wear it. But what we do is 43 now. Looking at the timer on our live, and that's how we keep time with on our next coat of paint. It looks like we got enough paint in there to do maybe another coat and a half while we're waiting. So that's finished. Really, I could use the last coat and a half. That brown piece of it. $10, $20. You get an air compressor, $300-400. So it really doesn't matter what kind of rides you have. You can start practicing on any budget.
We're gonna go ahead and hit this one. I'm not trying to turn it white. I'm just dusting it. Just dusting it. Show you the difference. See how it's dusted? You see like the little speckles all over it. It's not even. This is just for the paint to have something to stick to. Just so it'll have something to stick to. It's not dark white like these are. See that? And it's 49. 49 means we have about 7 minutes past. So now we got 7 minutes. What does that mean? We can come back over here. Check and see how much paint we have. Yep, we got enough. Come back. We're going to give it our last coat of white. On those. So we're done. We're going to clear those. But we got 3 coats. We didn't put no more of that expensive paint on something else you ain't going to see. So the rest of the paint that we put on here and on here. We're going to mix up a little more paint so we can get those. I might even clear them tonight. Who knows? You guys stay with me. The more you stay with me, the more I'm going to do it. I already poured the water out. I'm going to keep this so when I need to sand later. Once I get that, I'm going to sand that paint. I'm going to sand that white. When I get it white, let it dry, then I'm going to sand that. I'm not going to sand these. Nobody's going to see that. I just need it the right color, but I am going to clear it. We're going to mix the paint real quick again. So you get to see how easy it can be. What you want to do is be real careful that you don't spill paint. That's what you want to watch out for. Running down the side of it, that's your money. You don't want to run all down on counter and all of that, that's your money. I think this size is $250. You don't want that to mess up. Like your paint. Some people like their paint a little thicker. Some people like it thinner. Let me see, somebody might want a shout out. Let me make sure you have my shouts out. Hydrogen with a J. Worst audio on YouTube. Well, it's not the worst audio on YouTube. That's actually the air compressor. Who is this? Brian. What's going on, Brian? This isn't bad audio, it's the air compressor. So, learn how to paint, you gotta have the air compressor on. But we'll get that figured out, but thank you for your comment. I mean, at least you're watching, so it's something interesting. Alright? But, I ask you, do you really need audio to mix paint? I don't think so. Paint. And then what are we going to do? We're right to our gun. Remember, we're putting this in here to catch in case any dirt, insects, old paint. Trust me, you will spill paint, you'll forget steps, as is part of doing it. So, when you start off with a cheaper paint. Don't start off with a real expensive paint. That's what I do. So, just for giggles, we're going to come back, try fan over here. Remember, every time we spray it, we're going to get a little closer. Show it to you. See, it's still not fully white. And be patient. And what you want to do is you want to have your fan like you like it. Your fan is how wide your paint comes out. And then you want to go 50% over that. But did you notice I got closer this time? So the next time I do it, I'm going to go this way. Because I went this way this time. I'm going to go this way. But I'm going to be pretty close because there's enough paint on there to hold it. But what I really want to do is get a place. dust, and obviously the dust is not connected to what you're painting, now you done really messed up. So we started with a new piece. I'm just gonna hit it. I'm over here by these expensive rims painting. But we already talked about in the last video. You clean your chrome with you know what I'm talking about. You clean your chrome with steel wool, but that doesn't mean that you allow your chrome to get paint on it. And I'm painting pretty close to these stone wheels. Let me go ahead and cover them up. It is not cooperating. All right. So, let's see what we can do. I want to do it where you guys can definitely see it. All right. You guys paying attention? Yes, you are. All right. I'm far away from it. See that? Dusted it. Just dusted it. Now, when you mix your clear has a hardener. Now, you don't thin your clear. You put in your clear, little bit of hardener. And then now you gotta paint or that clear will get hard. So you don't mix too much clear and have it sitting. But we're in a good place. Let's check back on these. So this is pretty much what they're gonna look like when they're dry. And like I said, I don't need these to be smooth. I don't need them to be flat. Nobody's really gonna see this. This is gonna be facing down toward the bottom of the car. Nobody's gonna see that. And those pieces over there are gonna be in front of this. So nobody's gonna see it. But when I go to the car shows, it's kind of like the bottom of my car. When I go to the car shows, I want people to see how much work I put into it. Let's see if I got any shout outs. Anybody want to get shouted out? Yeah, my man Brian's still on. Hydrogen. Yeah, we're good. So pretty much this is it. No need for me to have you guys sit through the rest of this because I'm just going to keep hitting this until it's solid white. In fact, I'll let you go ahead and check me out hitting it now. But once we hit that, I can let you guys go. And in the next video, I'll bring you up to date. on that. Okay. I hit that one pretty heavy. Look at that. Totally different from when you first hit it. But that's the patience you learn. Is don't try to make it look like this on the first or second coat. Light, light, light. Slowly get closer, slowly get closer, slowly get closer. And please, wear make sure you're wearing a respirator. Don't do like me and not have on a respirator. So we got all our white done. I'm feeling pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna spray out all of our white, of course. Let's see how much we got. I'm gonna spray this. I'm gonna start putting up clear. I'm gonna start putting up the base coat. The color is your base coat. I'm gonna go get the clear coat. I'm gonna start putting this stuff up. Always clean up as you go. Always clean up as you go. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Taking these back over to the other side. Don't reduce your clear. Some people say you can't reduce your clear. We'll see. I'm trying to get to the point that I can reduce the clear, but I gotta control it. One bad habit I have is once these are empty, I'll put paint thinner in the can, and I think I have clear, but it's been paint thinner. Let me make sure that this is clear. This is paint thinner. This is not clear. You can tell by the smell. first class? No, this ain't a safety first class player. If it was safety first class, how long have you been doing that without a respirator? Years or tonight? That's two different questions. But not a good idea. Not a good idea. Don't do that. Everybody doesn't have my constitution. And there are people that have the highs of Georgia Pine right now. I'm gonna bid you guys a good night, a good day if you're in the day. I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna put the last of the paint on these two. Those are cool. Once the store is open, these should be pretty dry. I'm gonna take a scuff pad, scratch them, wipe them off so it's rough, and then clear a stick to it. You know what? I do have some clear. And this is a clear I've never tried before. From a job I did before, somebody got some auto clear in a spray can. Because you can get it in a spray can. Alright, kids out. I'm not gonna try that tonight. I'll show you what it looks like though. I'll show you what it looks like. This is from a job I did, somebody's truck. And this is what it looks like when they put auto clear in a can. And they got the directions on the back. Shake can for at least 2 minutes. Take plunger on top of the can and press onto trigger on the bottom of the can. So I take this off, put it here. What? Put it here. What? Oh, I'll take this off. I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and watch me shake this for 2 minutes. But that would be kind of cool if I was able to clear this without mixing any clear. But I still got to use the white paint that I got. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, put the last clear on here. now you're shooting it through, getting everything clean. And you're still gonna need to take the gun loose and clean all the individual pieces. In fact, if you look on the channel, there is it's a video on how to clean your gun and clean the pieces. We're not gonna do that tonight. But just for our clarity, that's what we're gonna do. Now here, we're gonna pop this off. And this is auto clear mixed in a can. One life, one lung, no spare lungs available in the market. It would be ignorant for me to argue with you. It would be ignorant for you to do it. You're absolutely right. It's not a good idea. But yeah, ever since I started doing this, most of the time, I don't know why it bothers me to wear a respirator, but it does, especially the one I have. When I have comes up here, I have trouble seeing. I don't know. If it bothered me, I would wear it. But what's happening on the end of this, you see that? That's the hardening. Once I push it in with this, now they're together, and the two will mix. There we go. Pushed it in. I can cut this air compressor off now. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of trying this for the first time. Like I said, I had this from an old job on somebody's Chevy truck I did. And I ended up having to just spray it with my clear. So I don't know how even or good this is gonna come on. So I'm gonna test it over here first on these pieces. And if it doesn't come on yellow or too spotty or runny, I'll use it over here. All right, now the thing is about clear base coat, once it's reduced, you can put it up and use it later. But clear coat, no. Because it has a hardener in it. The activator hardens it. So once we use it, if we don't use it all, that's it. But I'm going to still try to dust it. I'm going to try to dust it and see how it looks. Looks real rough to me. I'm not a fan. So far, not a fan. And if it keeps looking like this, I'm not gonna put it on those. I'm not gonna put it on those parts that you will see. Yeah, not a fan. It's not going on smooth. Yeah, not going on smooth at all. So go ahead and really. Oh. Sometimes when the air builds up on the gun, it's hard to disengage the two. Ugh. Disengaged. Now, because we had the clear in here immediately after, that helps our cleanup. This is not full of it's not full of paint. Now I got brushes and stuff on the other side. I'm gonna leave this stuff soaking until tomorrow morning. But I guess it's drying okay. The clear, how it goes on is not necessarily how it's gonna stay. So don't have to rush the judgment. Throw that away. We're done with that. Get some cleaner. Cleaning off. This is the lacquer thinner. Oh, and also when you're cleaning with lacquer thinner, wear gloves. Like I took my gloves off. Keep your gloves on. I typically do that because A, it doesn't bother me. B, it who is this said hello? Alan, what's up, bro? It also stops me from having to wash my hands a million times trying to get the paint off. And under your nails. So if you just clean it without gloves, the paint will come up from under your nails. So, all right. Time to dismantle the gun. I guess y'all see if it don't bother you while you coughing. There you go. All of these pieces I'm putting in the lacquer thinner. See, it's all in here. There's that gun. This piece is always a booger to get out. And then I get all of the loose paint, pull the trigger back. Now, notice while I'm doing this, I'm keeping track of time. Why am I keeping track of time? Because we're still doing coats of paint. So remember, we did that coat of clear. I'm going to go back, do some more clear because we only dusted it the first time. But you're not wasting time just sitting there waiting on. This is actually a gun I got from Harbor Freight. It's called the Spider. And it's a really good gun. It's got a lot of good reviews on the internet by professional painters. That's put it up against guns that cost 3 or 4 times this. It's like a $300 gun. Performs like a $1,000 gun, $1,200 gun. Good gun. So if you want a good basic gun, Harbor Freight. I think it's the Black Widow. Is that what it is? Yeah, Black Widow. Black Widow it is. Okay, we're going to hit this again. Going to hit these. It dried a lot better than it looked wet. See, if it comes on here looking better, I'll do it over there. I don't like the way this looks over here. No way. But and the bottom line is, the good thing about painting, it doesn't matter if you're doing artistic painting, auto painting, house painting. See, I gotta, no, that's tape. If it don't look right, sand it down, paint over. It's actually not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot over here. It's not bad. I think the first sprays were bad. Or maybe it was the sprayer. This is gonna orange peel though. This is definitely gonna orange peel, but I can sand it. Actually, not that bad. Clear in a can. I think I got one more of these. I think I got one more of these. Yeah. So, man, you guys have been a big help because I promise you I wouldn't have done this much tonight were you guys not with me. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with your boy. Always try to clean up as I go. But yeah, that clear is looking good. Spray can clear. Now it's not the same thing as buying clear Rust-Oleum. This is not clear spray paint. This is auto paint from an auto paint store. Mixed in a can. So don't think, okay, I can go to O'Reilly's and who's in here? On the wrong chat, my bad. Putting coats on a car or something. Are you putting coats in? No. These are this is the Continental kit for a 1964 Impala. What's that? Rahman? Rahman? Yeah. And Mr. Wardell, yes, that is. We're actually. I knew that the guys at the paint store did this. I didn't know this. Maybe y'all don't know this. You can get auto paint mixed in a can, like a can that you pour it out of, or you can get it put in an aerosol auto paint. And I had a customer get some clear in an aerosol can, and I was going to try it, but we ended up having to just do the whole truck. So I just shot it with the real clear, mixed it, shot it, and kept hers. And I never tried it before. I was always kind of skeptical, but good stuff. It's good. Yeah, it's good stuff. So I'm going to hit this one. I'm going to try to focus on the sides. I'm sorry. I got you guys way over here. I'm going to try to focus on the sides to make sure we get enough clear on the sides. A lot of times we focused on the edges, because a lot of times we so focused on the flat parts, we don't get the corners built up enough, and that's what's going to chip. The corners are going to take the bumps first, generally. So, yeah, this is not bad. I mean, I wouldn't replace And we're done. That's when you can tell. Hear that noise? Done. But if I remember correctly, she had two. Now, here's my deal. Should I let this be enough? Or should I put a whole can just on these? I think I'm gonna put a whole can just on these. I mean, because really, this ain't no money lost. I done had these sitting in here for months. And this is, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is kind of fly. I like this. So when I go buy clear, I'm gonna tell her, you know, mix me up a gallon of clear. Well, you can buy your clear. They don't mix your clear. I buy a gallon of clear, and then I tell them to mix me a couple of these. Because I'm pretty sure this is my paint just in this can. And you can always tell when it's auto paint. If you just spray it out the top and that's it, you don't want that. You don't want to use it for a car. It's got to have that at the bottom where you push that in, because that mixes the activator. You got to have the activator, the hardener. Because other than that, you just got paint on your car, and that's not going to protect it. And you can't sand it. You can't do a lot of the stuff that you traditionally do with an automobile. So we're gonna load these two up, and now what y'all think? Now I should be able to get to both of these equally. Because I want to be able to get under there. So we're going to shake it up. Pop the top. Take out the plunger. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever done this, so we're learning together right now. And that's what this channel's for. And if you guys have a car channel, put your plug your channel in the link. We'll all come visit your channel. See what you're working on. You want to really shake it up because you want this mixed up. Because if you don't have hardener in it, it's just going to sit there. But man, this stuff is... I'm not mad at this clear. This is nice and clear. I'm going to show it to you guys after I shoot it. This is pretty thick clears. Reflecting pretty good. Okay. If you get a little something in it while you spray painting it, or while you're painting it, either with the gun or the can. Don't worry about it. You can just sand it out. Just like when we were wet sanding, that's how you get it out. You just wet sand and it'll cut it until it's gone. It can be hairs, it can be dust, it can be insects. It doesn't matter, you get it out. Yeah, this ain't bad. And again, even if you got an aerosol can, wear a respirator. Do not do like idiots on the internet. I'm an idiot. Go ahead and hit these a couple more times. Well, one more time. Since we got more. I'm not being wasteful though. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit it. Make sure there's nothing that I missed. This is the outside of this, so I really need to make sure the outside of this gets hit good. And another mistake I used to make was wanting to see the painted parts put back together too soon. Really? I should let this stuff sit like a week. I should let it sit a week before I try to reassemble it. So, I only got enough to hit this one more time. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through it. I appreciate you guys getting me this far. Because like I said, I would have quit a long time ago, or definitely not, at the very least, not done as much as I did. So you guys have been magic. You have been wonderfully delicious. Whoa. I'm gonna put this up here. And I'm gonna let you guys go. Instead of watching an idiot paint car parts with no respirator. Hope I don't get put in YouTube jail for doing that. I don't know if that'll get me in trouble. But I got everything cleaned up. Everything put back. All right. And this is how it goes. You start off clean, you end clean. So we've gonna put up most of our stuff. That's garbage. I'm gonna let this stay in the, which it doesn't need to, but we're gonna take all this back to the other side of the garage with us. And we got the air compressor cut off. We got the heaters cut off. I'm still breathing. It is a little cloudy in here. Put this here. Put that up there. This is where that goes. And cut this off. We don't need that super light. Woo, look how foggy it is in here. That's not the smartest thing to do. But, anybody else Okay, hey, thanks for the likes. Make sure you guys hit that alarm so you know when I'm on. We got a lot of other stuff that we can be doing. So one thing is putting this. I don't like having my face on here, though I'm gorgeous. Putting this bumper back on. We're gonna put the bumper back on. Going to. We got a lot of touch-ups we're gonna do in the car, so you're gonna actually get to see me repaint this car. At the very least, you're gonna see me re-clear it. I'm gonna paint some trouble spots. Re-clear it. I'm gonna pearl it. Test drive it. Sounds great with the emission system. If you guys want to see me do the glass pack mufflers, the videos are on here. That was a really cool experience. Had never done that before either. This is the chrome that goes around the Continental kit. This is the hardware. Wow. This is why you wear a respirator. You see, all this, that's where it was covered. So all of this is in the air. So you really don't want that in your lungs. So whoever was asking, look up and see what that'll do to you. I know. I'm just an idiot. So, hey, you guys have a good night. Have a good day if you're in the UK. Well, either way, it's a good morning because it's got to be about 2 or 3 in the morning now here in Texas. So I'm going to hit it one last shot with our new best friend, 2K High Gloss Clear Coat, Pro Quality Clear Coat. Remember, you got to have that on the bottom. You got to have that mixture. You got to have that hardener. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I didn't show it to you. Look, I mean, you can see. You can see how it's reflecting. Now, that's not exactly how we're going to want it. But just for a spray, one spray, that's not bad. And again, this is the Continental kit. Now I can still wet sand it and flatten it out and buff it and get it looking super cool, but right now that's pretty hot. So you guys have a good night, have a good day. Make sure you hit that alarm, make sure you hit subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you guys later today.